What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Best Family Homestead. Right here, Papa Hugh is staying down here with me for a week, and we've been cutting siding. Got a lot cut, but of course, I'm as bad with my dad as I am with Robert about digressing from what I should be doing and doing something a little bit more fun. Just getting plans done. So we just started taking some of the siding off of this house. Hang on a second, we'll get a bar for that. And I want to show you guys some of the stuff. Now this stuff was all buried in here under these windows. Old marble. I'm guessing that marble's pretty old. It looks pretty old. A lighter here. Well, remnants of an old lighter that was all stuck in here in between the logs.
I've never been involved in working on an old house except what we didn't find a bunch of marbles.
Yeah, marbles and
case knives and spoons and...
What does it say? It is silver. Nickel silver.
Yeah, it's nickel plated silver.
Rogers and Brothers? I think it says Roger.
I don't have my body, but I don't have my
It says Rogers and Bro, nickel silver.
Nickel plated and then silver plated on top of the nickel.
So what we're going to do now is, since Caroline's not here, we're going to go ahead and pull a couple more of these boards off because we want to see how bad the logs are. And then me and Papa here are going to talk to him. I'm going to have him. He says he's got a plan for replacing some of this. So we'll get a couple more of these siding off just a little bit. Now that the weather's not cold anymore, and we can go from there and start figuring out our plan.
I really believe we can salvage what we got with a little custom work.
Well, let's pick up some of these boards here and make it where we can get around without getting a nail in our foot, because you know one of us, between the two of us, one of us would step on a nail.
I've had enough nails in my feet. Markers.
All right, hang on, just go ahead and... So we started pulling some of this off. Unfortunately, I think it's
some pretty serious rot in the corners.
I think it's going to be better as we go up.
I know it will be.
The further down we came, obviously because water, will hit down here more. So
1800s cut nail.
Yeah,
and that's a hand cut nail too. That's not a factory nail.
Right. And you can see right here, and I'm assuming this was, I'm not sure, I think probably the 90s when somebody else was working on it. They tried using some kind of epoxy maybe to strengthen this wood instead of doing it correct. Now, but you look right here, that you don't have to go back far. It's still good.
Yes, absolutely.
But right here, this being a corner.
Well, can you get a picture of this right here? Look right here. See, that seal plate is solid right there.
Right.
And this one's got a little rot, but it's not bad. It's good. That one over there's got a little rot right at the end.
And the further we go,
200 years old, it ain't bad.
And all this
that is termite damage. Yes, sir, that is termite damage.
I have not seen any live termites, and I've had it looked at. Well, it's been treated, so I don't think there's any active termites.
Let me explain something to you. Look right here. See how you've got mud in between the layers? That is classic termite. But see, the termites make it out of the ground, make them a mud tunnel, and because they have to have water, so they carry mud and stuff up. They have to stay moist. Oh, this is 200-year-old.
Yeah, but see, since it's been treated, this isn't new termite damage.
No, Lord, no. This is 100-year-old or more.
But I think it's going to be.
But see, we can come right here and down, and then come up and down, and make us a saddle notch, because it's a
So you're talking about not even facing, you're talking about replacing the whole log.
Yes.
So we'll come in and cut it like...
Yeah, do this notch right here. Right there. Except you'll only be sitting on top.
But not do a dovetail, you can just do it over...
Well, we can do it. I would do it... I'd do it a semi-dovetail, because it's stronger. It's the only reason. And if you ever have a big magnitude earthquake, a log won't come apart on you.
But this is and I'm arguing, guys, with Caroline a little bit. because she's like, oh, I don't know if I want the logs exposed. And I hadn't originally planned on exposing the logs, but now knowing the history of this house, this being the second oldest house in the county, the oldest house built by European settlers, I just can't, I don't think I could stand to cover the history up. If there's not too, you know, if it's just a couple logs, bring that Wonder Bar over here, Dad. Let's see what's under these other.
I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, hopefully it's just down here at the bottom. It seems like
this seal right here's bad. But from here up, it's going to be fine except for under the window.
Pull those two off.
Is that a part of a pearl necklace?
I think it actually is.
Huh?
I can't tell.
I don't know how to tell one from the other. It's a little round ball. That's all I know about it. Put it in your pocket. You know, these people probably didn't have enough money to...
Well, this house has never been chinked, like, so...
No, it has not been chinked.
You know, a log cabin was a sign of poverty. Well, up until recently when log cabins became in vogue, you know, after the turn of the century, I'd say up until the 50s, you know, log cabins what poor people lived in.
I'd say up till probably the 60s or the 70s.
And now everybody wants a log cabin, but yeah, see, as we go up now under the windows because of water running down, that one's not great.
That's from the water.
This one's pretty decent.
That's great. This one is perfect.
This one's actually real good.
Listen how hard that old girl is.
All right. Well, we might hopefully, and I'm a little bit worried up there around the chimney where water's run down the chimneys. But my plan is we're going to cut us some replacement logs, and I have ads, and we can make them match and put them out in the sun and let them color up good, and then put them in there. So now that you guys can see, you guys have seen the front porch before, and the logs, but this being exposed kind of gives you an idea of what this will look like. Now this is an addition somewhere around 1840-ish, 1845 is when the second part of the house and the kitchen was added on in one other room. Probably so the log got bigger. Right, the logs end right there. But I think by putting new weatherboard siding on it, and these logs will go up to the bottom of the windows on the top, and I think it would look spectacular with those logs exposed on the side, and then get all the paint off the chimney. And then I'll walk around here this way a little bit and mind the mess with all the construction and animals. But you can see the logs, you know, on the porch that go down through there. But just having this one corner, you know, showcasing the history of the house, and just that it survived for this year's 195 years, so pretty impressive. So just thought I'd show you guys this, and we're going to finish cleaning up here in the flower bed a little bit. I really think we can make it work, son. I really do. I hope so. I think it would be very pretty with everything exposed. I really wish we had a ladder, because I think the logs would have started right there, going back across again for the hearth. I seeing you right there. Huh? I think they might be above the window. Maybe they are above the window. I hope. But to straighten this house up, all we got to do is recut this stuff. And bring my iron chisel down here. But I really think we should try to jack the house up. I really do. But it's your house, so you decide. I just want to keep it as the original part, kind of aesthetically correct. Jack up before we change the roof. Huh? Yeah, just keep it correct. Well, the roof will be a few years down the road. Get the siding and all done, and the logs fixed. We'll get up under there and see what it looks like here when it warms up a little bit more. I'll come down here and stand them up, and we'll get it done. All right, guys. Well, let's finish getting all this cleaned up, and then we'll we'll see what else my dad decides to take apart here. All right, guys, so I opened a can of worms by asking Dad some questions, and the curiosity got the best of him, and he wanted to know what the logs might look like up above these windows and how bad they were, because we were worried that the logs up next to the chimney would be really rotten. But you can see right here where these logs go back behind the chimney, actually look really good. Everything up here looks really good and solid. So I think we're going to be in good shape. Now this is pretty funny. You can see probably squirrels or rats or something have carried corn cobs in here. There hasn't been any corn grown on this property, and probably, I'd say there hasn't been any corn grown here in 60 or 70 years. So these corn cobs are at least probably from the 30s. I mean, it's been a long time since it was actually any kind of functional farm. So now you guys can see a little bit of the work I have cut out for me. If you see this right here, and it does work, I've moved it. And this rod right here on the chimney, those are the dampers. And this one used to come up and be attached. But the dampers do open and close. I've played with them.
I tried it one time to drive the house to the chimney. See that light's a log stringer right there. Yeah. Come out here close to the chimney and get you a support. Or cut a timber and soak it in some kind of bug killer and put your flat rock down. We'll jack it up and cut it and then drive it in there.
Yeah, you see that log's in good shape. Those logs under here are in good shape.
But it's sagging.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, they're not rotten.
No, they're not rotten. And there's one way back yonder that's pretty rotten, looked to me like from here. Well, I was up under it one time, and the rest of them are round poles, I think.
Over here under the kitchen, they go to square.
I think under this part they're round poles when you get back through there.
With one side cut.
So we can, seriously, we can jack it up and cut timbers. And put a flat, see this red clay here it ain't soft like,
yeah.
all you gotta do to build on this stuff, put a flat rock on the ground.
What do you think, like this? Because obviously this is the main support for the side of the house.
That's original to the house.
That's gotta be pretty new. Like this house didn't have any underpinning up till recently, because that's concrete. I mean, within the past 100 years is probably when that was put in.
That's probably been right before you bought the house, I'd say.
Because that's really, like, if this had been done a long time ago, it would have been thick rock all the way across.
We can haul you some rock down here from the mountains if we need to.
But the big rocks
I believe that.
And look, I want to show some people, so like, you guys know how big my dad is. Look right here, get down there and put your hand up next to that, those rocks. Those corner rocks on this chimney, I bet you
were put in here by very strong people.
And it goes over, it must be what, 2 foot by, I mean, that's a big rock.
You got a concrete joint right here, so that rock's at least 10 inches by 10 inches, and it goes back to right here. That's more than I want to pick up in my life.
That's why these old chimneys, like, I guarantee you this house burned down, these chimneys, unless someone bought a big piece of equipment, this chimney would be here for the next 500 years.
It would be. And the chimney's not leaning that bad, it's the house that's leaning.
Right.
I mean, we can take care of that if you want to.
Yep, we'll get it.
We have the technology, but do we have the see these pieces right here? Where they were headed in, see that one's cutting nails in it. You would probably run down, they probably had boards across through here at one time, and then somebody added the rocks.
All right, guys, well, there's
But I'm a fire rock player, we can make it work.
There's a little bit of the inside history keep going. You guys seen the porch, not as perfect as the porch, but it's been in the weather. But I think that maybe we're gonna be able to make it look pretty cool and make it look like a wood house. So appreciate y'all watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you up aggravated as we keep pulling this siding off, as we're getting close to enough siding cut for the new part of the house. So we start taking this off and we can see what the rest of our logs look like and make our plan from there.